Hi, creative friends. This is Shreya, and thank you so much for being here. So, I am diving right into this book, Madam Butterfly. And I mean, look at this cover. Isn't it gorgeous? I am going to work on the cover of this at some point. I just haven't got around to it yet, and I don't want to cover it up right now because it is so beautiful and it just makes me so happy looking at it. I came back to this. Everything is completely dry and I am really, really, really loving it. And I think what I'm called to do is use some oil sticks on the figure. And I also want to use some of my own handmade collage. But what I'm also going to do is, the last time I worked on this spread in part one, I thought, okay, I'm just going to leave this like, just with this text. Now it does have Italian text in this book, but what I'm going to do is I am going to sketch in a figure, and because I'm not trying to make sense of anything in this spread, like it doesn't have to be cohesive and realistic and all this stuff, I'm gonna try to see if I can retain as much of this text as possible and still have it kind of go along with what's on this page, so it's not like, it's not so stark of a divide. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw like a moon, because this looks like it's, towards evening time. So I'm going to draw like a moon here. And then I'm going to draw I'm thinking like I'm going to draw like a robed kind of figure maybe. And it's not going to be to scale, like it's not going to be the same measurements as this. It might be smaller. I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like, and I'm gonna drag it into the page like that. And so another great reason for working like this, where I'm working over top of images and incorporating them into my work, is that what's on the page is also going to guide my composition and the story that's going to emerge. Like, because I left this tree and the butterflies over here, that is part of the story. And, I'm going to incorporate that into my work. So it's really interesting. And usually when I work like this, the images that I get are really different than what I normally do, but they're still mine. Like they still have my visual language. So it's really interesting to see what emerges. And I love that like sense of possibility. Like I just don't know what's going to happen. It can be challenging, but that's the whole, that's the point of it. And I'm going to have her kind of looking over here. And maybe like a moon over there. And now I'm gonna go in and work with the oil sticks. And I don't know that I want to put the oil sticks on here, but I don't know. I might change my mind on that. So I'm gonna grab a few colors here. And so I've got to like peel this off here because it dries when you don't use it after a few days, and you just peel it off. It's not a big deal. It just seems like it's kind of complicated, but it's really not. And you just peel it off. I think I did just use some of these a short while ago, so some of these are still fresh. Okay. Now I want a brown. And so I'm just gonna kind of like squish this in here. And there is a like a blender type of oil stick where like you can just blend it into the page, but I like using my fingers just because I like getting in here and kind of molding it, and plus the heat from your fingers just really melts the oils. And I think I actually have a blender, but I've never used it, not even one time, I don't think. And I'm gonna just layer some yellow ochre there. That's too dark. I want more of a light, like I want an orange to pick up on this blue here. So I'm gonna look, I do have a, that's an orange right there. So I'm gonna use this orange here. See how that really picks it up. And I'm gonna smush all of this in here. Ooh, I just love oil sticks. I mean, they are so luscious. They really are. I mean, they're delicious. And if you haven't tried it, I would, I talked about this in the last time I used my oil sticks is, you know, I wouldn't like invest like $100 buying oil sticks, and I wouldn't go with a pack, a set. I wouldn't do that because you want to try it out and you want to see if you like it first. So I would just buy like, say if you wanted to buy a few skin tones, or if you wanted to buy the primaries with a white. So just add a white in there because the white comes in handy. And you guys, this is looking so delicious. Oh my God, I'm just loving it. And I think I'm gonna put some yellow here. And I think when it dries, I'm gonna put some blue Stabilo into the shadows. Okay, so I am just loving this. And it is going to take about 48 hours for it to dry. And depending on the humidity, so if you live in a very dry place, then it might, you know, take 24 hours. But if you're living in a humid place, it's going to take a bit longer. Okay. And so I'm not going to mess with that anymore. I'm just going to leave it alone. But I am going to bring it up closer, just so you can look at that, like, lusciousness of the oil sticks. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love it. Now, I did get some oil sticks on here, which I'm gonna try not to fuss about it. Just kind of, I'm just gonna leave it like that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna work on the rest of the stuff. So I don't know what I want to do here. I do know I want to keep a lot of the the writing, because it is in Italian and I just want to kind of keep that vibe going. So I think what I'm gonna do is figure out like what I want to keep and what I want to cover up. So maybe I can like keep all of that and then just make a solid part for the bottom here. And I added tea bags over here. I'm going to bring that up closer so you can see. It's really just really beautiful. So I'm wondering if I should put tea bags over here as well. I don't know. But I think what I'm going to do, because I smeared some of this orange over here, and I'm thinking that I'm really loving like an orange here, because I do want to go with an orange blue combo, because it's going to be complementary to all the blues here. So let me see, I might need a darker orange, but for right now, I'm just gonna kind of go like this. And I'm gonna try not to smudge this here. I think I am going to go with my CAD red light. I mean, I love this orange, but I think I need something a little bit more. Like, this is a heavy body, my CAD red light, so I think I'm gonna use that. Ooh, now I really love this. And I think I'm going to go with brown for the hair over here, maybe. I'm just going to put some layers in there. And then I think after that, I might need to let all of this dry. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm going to just put a layer of something on there. And I have to be careful not to go over top of the oil sticks because it's not dry. But once it is dry, I can go over top of it and just kind of, you know, model the hair a little bit better than what it is right now. And I think I'm gonna drag some of that brown in here for right now. So I'm really delighted by how this spread is turning out. It just has like a very otherworldly kind of feel to it. Now, I think what I might do with this is add some blue. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I really like all the earthiness of the colors that are there, but I think I'm gonna just add some blue and see if that's gonna, let me see here. This is a very, like a dark blue. It's called Ink Spot, and it's a really beautiful color by Folk Art, and it's really a cheap paint, but I love it. It's called Ink Spot. Like, look at that. It really does look like blue ink, and I just love it. So I think I'm gonna, yeah, I think I'm just gonna drag it all the way down here. And then I am going to allow it to completely dry, and I'll come back to it. And oh, since I have some on my brush, I am going to drag some into the hair. And this is something that I do no matter what the hair color is. If I put some blue in it, it just like livens it up a bit. See, I'm just going to drag some blue into it so it's not so flat. Okay. Okay, you guys, if you've watched all the way to the end, thank you so much. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.